back to the channel. I went to the Hobby Lobby in the north part of Colorado Springs, Colorado. I haven't been there in about a year so far. Let's see what's inside. It did take me a little bit to get to find the actual location of where it was. A couple of these actual locations are different regarding how they're laid out. So most ones I go to are to the left where the actual location is for the models. But unfortunately I had to turn around and go back to the right because I remember it was down the hall. It's a little bit longer than I was thinking. They actually did move it a couple spaces down further than it used to be. But here is the model car section. As we can see here, they do have some things are locked up, some of the snippers, some of the paints, airbrushes, and certain other hobby items here. We have the Createx paints. I haven't used these paints, but I do want to look at them further and see about using them in the future. We have our Vallejo paints, some airbrush stuff, our glues. A lot of the glues right here that you see are glues that I use every day. We also have the testers paints. The rack is still pretty full from the last time I remember being here, where it was kind of empty with a lot of clearances, as well as the cans of spray paint. Here's some more tools. I do have some of these. I use the silver cans there for paint, the tape. I use little small fine detail brushes for painting as well as for glue. There are a lot of new tools here that weren't here before that I remember. A lot of them by this brand of hobby tools, especially some of these items up at the top here that we'll go over in a little bit more deeper. Here are the mecha model kits that we have, so there are some good ones here. I'm not really into this type of stuff, but it is great to see that there are more of an assortment of these items from what I've seen in the past. I do like seeing the airplanes here. I always appreciate those builders that do military and that do weathered airplanes. Going to Commies Fest here in Colorado and a couple other local shows definitely helps me appreciate those builders, and also the ones that do ships. We also see the ones that are the quick builders for what the kids can do, or those that want to do a quick build of a model. I definitely like those for the airplanes. Here's a section that I actually am looking forward to seeing how much turnover there is with model kits that were there previously I've seen, and how many new model kits are here. I do see a couple that are new, like the Thunderbird, the ice trailer there for the big rig, but I also do see plenty that are still like to be great sellers. That 65 Chevy step side is here, that Corvette CR7, the 69 Boss, that 77 step side Chevy is one I'm very interested in, and I do always appreciate seeing those haulers at the bottom and the big rigs as well. The 66 Chevy Pro Street, that's been there for, man, I want to say since 2018. That 1970.5 Chevy I have a love-hate relationship with. Some good boxes I've opened that have great tooling in it, and some that definitely needed a lot of work. We also see the kits here that are die cast that are able for the kids to be made. A lot of those are used at make and takes for a lot of the local clubs here. I am happy seeing that 71 Dodge Demon as well. Here is a 67 Apache pickup truck. This one I was interested in, so I wanted to take a look at it, see what the actual outside, I love the box art that comes here. I did see that there was a sticker on the back that is from one of the local Facebook pages here in Colorado for the modeling community, so it's great to see that, and also the tooling on the back to see what all comes in the box. That was great for the price, especially with it being 40% off this week. Now this is the truck that I came to see. I'm happy that's here. That's a 77 street pickup Chevy. I remember seeing this one on the Hot Rod edition back in the 90s when it was first put out there for the public to purchase. This one looks to be very similar. I looked at a couple videos on YouTube and it was great overall what it had. 78 Chevy Blazer, the pulled pork. I already have one of these, but I was happy to see it here as well. I enjoy what Round 2 is putting out there these days, as well as Revell. I'm happy they're reissuing these trucks with different decals and such. It was great to see those overall. 65 Chevy, like I said before, a great truck that I've always have, and I have about 5 of those. The Daytona Shelby Z, that was a kit that I didn't expect to see here. I'm happy to see it's a 2-in-1, and it looks like something that could definitely be built for those that are into that type of car. I always love the 66 Chevelle SS, so I have a couple of those as well. 71 Demon, the Deserter, the Bronco 2021 Ford. If you do not know, Scale Speed Garage has great STL files for that build. I always enjoy seeing a couple Peterbilts and a couple big rigs at the bottom. This Polar Ice reefer was cool to see. You usually don't see a lot of trailers out at Hobby Lobby, especially a lot of trailers for big rigs at all, that are being made besides from Mobius and a couple from Revell here and there, maybe a few from Round 2. This one was a nice one. It looked like it was more of an original one as well. The model mats here. I have not seen these before. I'm happy that they're here. The organizer as well as the mat. These are probably 3 of the most essential things to have in order to start building. Keep your area clean, and also to make it to where you're not spilling paint on something else. These Vallejo primers I've never seen before. I'm interested to see how they actually lay down. I might buy one of them and see how it goes. I used to use Stynylrez. I loved Stynylrez, but it became hard to find during COVID. So for me, I went back to lacquers. I always like using a spray can if I can once in a while. So for me, these colors are top notch, especially for the price of $8. I've been watching a couple guys recently on YouTube that use Createx paints. They use it really well for the mini trucks that they do with that 90s throwback theme, especially these UVLS that I haven't seen before. So I'm always interested to see what paints may be better than what I'm using now and what other things I can use them for. I'm curious to know though, what's at your Hobby Lobby? Is there any other kits or anything that's tool-wise or paint-wise that's not here? If so, put it down in the comment. I'd love to hear your thoughts.